What's up guys, this is Storm here and I'm bringing you another gaming news roundup that happened the past couple of days. A lot of news that came out during the first couple of days of December, so we could break down every single last one of them and give a discussion on them. Before we get into this video, if you would mind, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video so it will help me out greatly. So without further ado, let's take a look at the first breaking news that happened. This news comes from Okami. In an interview with the president of FromSoftware, in the bullet point he said Elden Ring 2 is currently not being considered. However, this does not mean that we are denying the development of the Elden Ring IP. And lastly, the studio currently has multiple projects from a wide range of genres, which kind of does fall in line with the report that the parent company of FromSoftware have reported that they are at least a total of 20 projects being worked on. Not all from FromSoftware, not all of them are coming from them, but it's just the fact that multiple projects are in the works. So it kind of does coincide with that statement from the parent company. And even though Elden Ring 2 won't be their next game, most likely, they're not done with the Elden Ring world altogether. So if I were have to guess, I could probably see them do like a spin-off title that is not called Elden Ring, but it takes place in the world of Elden Ring. How would that turn out? Time will tell how will that look. Because for what I've seen from FromSoftware, they do have a pretty detailed, I would say, like release windows when it comes to their games. Because like 2022, Elden Ring came out, then 2023, I believe, was the release for Armored Core 6. Then after that, it was the Elden Ring expansion, which people will argue is so big that it's so big that if somebody would have called it Elden Ring 2, they would believe it was Elden Ring 2. So we could probably see whatever their next project is probably in the next 2 to 3 years if they haven't got started working on it. So we just have to wait and see. Alright, on to the next one that I have. As the time of this video, December 3rd was the official 30th anniversary for PlayStation, and they did a couple of cool stuff when it comes to the PS5 console. They came out with a limited time update for the 30th anniversary that would give you a customized theme feature that you could customize in the settings, that it will have like different stuff that will resemble like the PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, along with the sound effects when you're going through your different games. And when you boot up your PS5, it will have the PlayStation 1 startup sound, and with the ending sound with the 30th anniversary, which is a really nice touch. What was your first PlayStation game that you can remember? I believe the first ever PlayStation game I ever played was Crash Bandicoot. Growing up, I didn't really had a chance to own my very own PlayStation console. I always played with my brothers. It wasn't until the PS2 I was able to get my own console, because when I was first starting off playing video games, I was on the Nintendo platform. So just seeing how my brother played his PlayStation and the games that he had, and me just occasionally watching him play, and sometimes he would let me play the games that he had, it was like a really cool experience that me and him shared. So congratulations for PlayStation for reaching their 30 years since the PS1 launched in 1994. I don't know if it launched in 1994 Japan first, or was it when it went worldwide. But either way, 30 years of PlayStation, and by the looks of it, it's still going on strong. Hopefully, next year they will have like a ton of stuff to show us when it comes to their first party. And also, to commemorate their 30th anniversary, PlayStation actually released a trailer that showcases all the games that they had on their platform when its first, second, and third party over the years. So let's take a look at that trailer real quick.
We can choose to be happy, but not at any cost.
Alright, this comes from Okami again. There was an interview that CD Projekt Red had with Eurogamer. The bullet points from that interview said the next game, Witcher 4, will be bigger and better than The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. Witcher 4 will likely release 1 to 2 years after full reveal. Lessons learned from Cyberpunk: there's no magic, there are only hard work and making sure you stay on the right course. Better studio organization to avoid another buggy launch, including better review process and more time for pre-production. Cyberpunk launch wasn't the reason for the switch to Unreal Engine 5. They wanted to share tech between multiple projects and simultaneously. And PC first release, not in the cards at the moment, will launch on console at the same time. Okay, so their claim they learned their lesson after the situation that they went through with Cyberpunk 2077 when it first launched. It was decent enough on PC, but it was really bad on the consoles when it launched. And I truly hated them for that, because the lies that they said that it was in good condition before it came out. They did had reviews for the consoles only on the PC, and they kind of like, even when after the whole backlash and the whole refund thing that Xbox and PlayStation had to do. They low-key kind of brag how much they sold, which was, I believe when it first came out, it was at 14 million when it dropped. So the fact they learned their lesson, I need to see that for myself, because when people say these publishers, developers are not your friends, or studio heads are not your friends, sometimes that could be true. So I'm not fully convinced that they learned their lesson until I see otherwise. And the fact the game is going to be bigger than The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they are able to pull it off. Because honestly, especially when it comes with Unreal Engine 5, because we have seen multiple games struggle to even run on that engine. So I guess we just have to wait and see how it turns out in the end. But here's hoping. More than likely the fans are still gonna buy it, because they did do a turnaround on making The Witcher, not The Witcher, Cyberpunk better, and they dropped the, I would say, expansion on it, which was received really well with the players. So and they could get Witcher 4 launch right without no type of big hiccups like what happened with Cyberpunk when it first launched. I believe they will get back the good graces of gamers, and I think a lot of people would most likely would still board it after the whole fiasco with Cyberpunk. But at least they will make good on their promise that they're making in this interview. So with that being said, let's see what CD Projekt Red will drop. I have a feeling they will probably show off Witcher 4 at the Game Awards. It would kind of be a fitting if they actually do that, because it would definitely be a surprising moment to show it off and release it in, say, 1 to 2 years. So that will most likely be in 2026 or 2027. 2027. So yeah, I would say the safe bet would be 2027 for it to launch, because even though The Witcher is do have a strong fan base, it just, I'm at the point, any game that's tried to release near GTA 6, if it keeps the launch of next year fall, I'm assuming, it's not gonna end well for that game. Because look what happened with Titanfall 2 when it launched between Call of Duty and Battlefield. That thing was just forgotten and tossed to the side. So the less competition it has on launching against big titles, the better, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, this comes from Shinobi. Bluebird Silent Hill 2 team has begun pre-production on their next unannounced title, says game director. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because I know I'm just going to mess it up. And the studio's second team is currently working on their original horror IP, Chronos: The New Dawn. So, what could potentially be Bluebird's next project, the team that did the Silent Hill 2 game? What would be their next game that they are already in pre-production? After Silent Hill 2 did do really well, and it did took some people by surprise, because Bluebird team haven't gotten a good track record when it comes to game launches, because they launched the Medium, the Blair Witch game, and what was another game they launched before that? Can't remember what it was, but those two games did not receive very well. So even though it is a remake of a game that already exists and stuff, but the thing is, even though it's a game that's already exists, you could always improve on it, which a lot of people were surprised how well they did on it. Would Konami let them remake the other Silent Hill games? I guess we just have to wait and see, because I think right now Konami is focusing on the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater one. So, or maybe Konami will probably have them make a whole new Silent Hill game, and who knows how would that work. And I don't know nothing about the second Team Chronos, the new Dawn game that they're making. So if I don't know if there's been a reveal for the game, I would have to look that up myself. If there's not a reveal for it and we only have a name of their project, I can see them revealing it at the Game Awards. So especially they are going to be there, since Silent Hill 2, if I remember, it got nominated for a couple awards. So if they haven't shown off, if they're going to show off anything, it would definitely be at the Game Awards. Alright, on to the next one. IGN got exclusive coverage of Capcom's upcoming game Monster Hunter Wilds that showcased 6 new things that we could expect from the game, and those are new monsters, what we'd be able to do with our secret, and our mobile camp. I'm not going to show you the full video in case you want to avoid spoilers, but I will post a link in the description below so you can check out for yourself. So without further ado, let's check out this gameplay.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Cleanse that status.
Monster Hunter Wilds is one of my most anticipated games for the year 2025. I can't wait to get back into using the Switch Axe again. I did get a chance to play the beta. It was a really fun experience with a couple of my friends, and I am wondering, will a couple of monsters that appeared in the last Monster Hunter game and Worlds will appear in this one. But overall, I am excited to see how many new monsters we're gonna get, because we've seen a couple of them, and it's kind of interesting because usually they would show Rathalos and Rathian in the trailers and stuff, or when Monster Hunter Wilds first got revealed, we would see them, because technically Rathalos is like not the flagship monster, but I would say like the poster boy for when it comes to Monster Hunter to the Monster Hunter franchise. But the fact we haven't seen him, like, they are guaranteed to be in the game in general. It's just kind of funny that we haven't seen them. But I guess it's most likely just to showcase the new monsters, what we're going to be going up against, which I'm really excited and can't wait to play. I'm definitely going to be streaming that when that game launches. I swear, Ubisoft cannot catch a break. This news comes from Stefan Toledo. Ubisoft SF, which I believe is their San Francisco, and Ubisoft Osaka both closed. Sydney team ramped it down up to 177 people to be laid off. Half of Xdefiant team moving to other projects. Ubisoft had hoped game would compete with Call of Duty, but recently was denying shutdown rumors amid declining player numbers. So, reports saying that Ubisoft is closing down 2 studios and half of the Xdefiant team is moving to other projects, and they're laying off 177 people, which is crazy because this news came out right before we got a statement from Mark Rubin, who I believe is one of the head or devs for Xdefiant, and he put out a statement. Please pause the video in case you want to watch it, or if you miss it, just rewind this video a couple seconds back so you can see his statement. But his statement reads, "Hello Xdefiant fans, I am unfortunately here today to announce that Xdefiant will be shutting down. Starting today, December 3rd, 2024, new downloads and player registrations will no longer be available. We will release our Season 3 content in the near future. The exact date to be determined, and the servers will remain active until June 3rd, 2025. For those who purchased the Ultimate Founders Pack, you will receive a full refund. Players who made any purchases within the last 30 days will also be fully refunded. Those refunds should happen automatically within 8 weeks of today, and you can now find more details on our official website, xdefiant.com. A few years ago, Ubisoft and the SF dev team embarked on a bold adventure to develop a new arcade shooter called Xdefiant. It was from the start an incredible challenge. Not only were we trying to shake up the genre by removing skill-based matchmaking, while bringing back a more old-school arcade shooter experience, but we were also diving into the high-risk, high-reward realm of free-to-play. And for that, I want to applaud not only the dev team, but also Ubisoft leadership for taking that chance. Okay, I do give them points for even trying to compete with Call of Duty when it comes to Xdefiant. Especially, to my knowledge, they never made a game like this. But in all honesty, that was a fight they had no chance at winning at. Especially the long lineage of Call of Duty. You know, people will always say they're bored, they sick, Call of Duty is stale and all this jazz and whatnot. But those same people who complain about Call of Duty every single time are the same ones that be buying it whenever the next Call of Duty comes out. And in my opinion, I think the true competitor when it comes for Call of Duty is Battlefield. So hopefully whenever the next Battlefield comes out, it would give the competition to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty have been running rampant ever since the whole Battlefield 2047 didn't do so well when it first launched. So hopefully that will change when the next Battlefield comes out. And this is not very surprising because I played Xdefiant for a little bit, and it feels like an okay game. It just like it was like it was like you were playing Call of Duty, but you didn't have like the kill streaks and all that, or the perks. Like it just felt like a downgrade version of Call of Duty. And it sucks, even though the game was free to play, nobody didn't really play it. And this kind of goes back to some games that people claim that should be free to play. Like, for example, Concord. I can understand that game probably not people's cup of tea and stuff, but the fact Concord didn't really get a chance to like to thrive and stuff, and people was complaining that you had to pay for that game, and they were saying that it should have been free to play. But it looks like even if a game is free to play, nobody not gonna care about it, which is always bugging, because like, then what do you guys want? Like, do you want the game free to play, or do you want to pay for it? And I could get it needs to find that right audience for it, but if you don't give the game a chance, how can it find its audience? I think I'm mostly upset for the devs who tried to make this game work and stuff, and they lost their job for it. And let's be honest, Ubisoft have not been having a very good track record, which comes with the whole controversy that they had with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which in my opinion, I don't think that's is unjustified, because people was complaining about Yasuke being an Assassin's Creed game that takes place in Japan, which in history there was somebody named Yasuke during that time period. But the thing is, even if that was the case, when have Assassin's Creed ever been historically accurate? We went through how many Assassin's Creed games that never been historically accurate, but as soon as we get this one, this is when people complain. Like, did you expect Leonardo da Vinci making the hidden blades so you wouldn't have to cut off your finger and stuff? Give me a break. And I'm not defending Ubisoft, because some of the criticism of Ubisoft are definitely granted. It's just this whole thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's the only one I find unjustifiable. Like I don't care how you try to spin, try to say like people from Japan are the ones who are mad about it. I seen a certain group more mad about this game than anybody else, and it is ridiculous. Alright, but the ones that you could definitely complain about, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is in development hell. Alright, you could rightfully complain about that. No, we hardly got any updates of I believe it's a remake of the Prince of Persia game. And if I recall, I think, didn't they close down the studio that made the roguelike side-scroller Prince of Persia game? Which, in my opinion, I think a lot of people did like. But the fact that I think either the studio closed down or the team got disbanded, one of those two. But either way, Ubisoft deserves some criticisms, but some of the criticisms I don't believe they deserve. This one, yeah, they definitely deserve the criticism, because how can you lay off 177 people? Like, come on, like, ever since the whole COVID thing, we've been seeing layoffs from studios left and right. It's just getting ridiculous, because it just got to a point, yeah, the whole COVID thing was a big problem, but the fact that you're like all this layoffs and stuff, because, and I guess in their eyes, since COVID is not like a issue right now, we don't need them. So it's like, it's disgusting at this point. But that's all I have to say on Ubisoft. I hope for the best for the devs. Hopefully they find a new job somewhere. Either Ubisoft could probably put them into different projects, or hopefully another studio or publisher could pick them up and stuff. Because I believe there are a couple of good talented devs at Ubisoft, but it just feel like the higher up just be on some BS at times when it comes to them. But of course, I can't really say for sure because I'm not a developer, so I'm just going off how I feel. So with that being said, we're going to go on to our last bit of news to wrap up this video. To wrap up the end of this video, PlayStation Blog had posted a couple of new information when it comes to Marvel Rivals, some exclusive stuff that be coming to the PlayStation platform for PlayStation Plus users, and what the performance of the game going to be running on the standard PS5 and the PS5 Pro. So let's take a look at the PlayStation Blog. The PlayStation Blog reads, as a high-intensity multiplayer competitive game, smooth performance had always been a top priority during development. Marvel Rivals maintains a stable 60 FPS at 1440p resolution by utilizing the Unreal Engine Lumen Global Illumination and Chaos Destruction technology. The combination of visuals and performance in Marvel Rivals is sure to deliver dynamic visual effects while you engage in epic superhero battles. For players with higher demands for a competitive experience, Marvel Rivals provides high frame rate mode running up to 120 FPS. It delivers an ultra smooth gameplay experience with reduced input latency, enhancing the responsiveness and control precision. Thanks for the powerful GPU capabilities and the new PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution (PSSR) technology, Marvel Rivals introduced a new Pro mode on the PS5 Pro. This mode targets a stable 60 FPS and delivers high 4K resolutions. In addition to Lumen Global Illumination, it also features support Lumen Reflections, offering more immersive and dynamic lighting effects for an enhanced visual experience. PS5 Pro also offers higher resolutions and 120 FPS high frame rate mode. Continuing, PlayStation Plus players will got something special for you. There's even more in store for PlayStation Plus users. Ever dream of rocking the symbiote style on a massive mech? Now you can with a full pack of Venom inspired cosmetics for Penny Parker in her Venom suit straight from the comics. Done a menacing mech suit complete with your name card that is sure to make your enemies tremble. Shake up your spray and can to mark your victories and embody the essence of Venom throughout your gameplay, and don't forget to strike a pose when inevitably getting the MVP with your dedicated animation. As if it couldn't possibly get any better, you also get season pass tokens when you claim the pack. Not a PlayStation Plus member? No worries. All players will have the opportunity to purchase these items in-game as well. An exclusive skin only on PS5 to boot. Penny is not only the Parker to receive an exclusive cosmetic upgrade. PS5 players can enjoy the exclusive Scarlet Spider skin for Spider-Man, which is marked by an interactive noir thread and Scarlet Mask. This refreshed look, everyone's favorite web sling, is sure to delight heroes and villains alike across multiverse. After all, who said you can't fight crime while looking your best? So don't delay, wishlist Marvel Rivals and get on the action on the first day. So there's a lot of stuff for Marvel Rivals that's coming exclusive for the PlayStation, exclusive Penny Parker Venom themed skin, and the Scarlet Spider. And it's kind of funny enough, I did saw people complain when the Scarlet Spider first got revealed. People was upset that it wasn't like comic book accurate. In my opinion, I kind of did like it because when you look at Marvel Rivals, they're using the Marvel characters and stuff, but they have like their own twist to how the character design, while keeping true how the character clothes are. I kind of did like they added their own like little flair to their own version, but can't please everybody. I do hope they do keep up with that, not just only relying on like the MCU skins, on the comic book skins. I would like them to try to do like their own kind of style suits, like for example, if they did the bleeding edge armor skin for Iron Man, right? I would like it to look somewhat like how the comic book look, but kind of like switch it, like kind of make it look different, but also you keeping true to the comic, if that makes sense, or something from the MCU, something like that. But I do have an image of the updated look of the Scarlet Spider. In my opinion, I did kind of like the old design, but this design also looks cool also. And these are the look of the updated look of the Scarlet Spider and the Venom bundle for Penny Parker that'll be available for PlayStation Plus subscribers, or you could buy it directly if you're not a PlayStation Plus member. So overall, I think Marvel Rivals will be a definitely fun game. I'm definitely gonna try it out day one when it comes out, and hopefully it does very well, especially as a free to play game. They did have like a couple of streamers like play the game and stuff, and some of them did reveal some things like they do have like the Marvel movie skins. Like there was one for Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 stuff. So we are gonna get movie themed skins, comic book skins, and all that jazz. So just hopefully they're not too expensive. But anyway, that's the end of the video. What do you guys say? Are you guys excited to play Marvel Rivals? Are you guys excited to play Monster Hunter Wilds when it drops next year? Are you just excited to wrap up this end of this year and go into 2025 and hopefully to see a brand new batch of new games that you'll be playing day one? Well, I'm your boy Storm. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.